some people's deepest fear may be dying or fear of failure. But my deepest fear is the fact that I don't know people's true intentions towards me, right? And it's more of like in a bad way. Like, whole time I could be in a relationship with a female, and the whole time she's plotting, you know, whether it's a setup or whatever the case may be. That's kind of scary to think about. And I think, especially for me, like, I have a lot going on, and there are going to be people who are envious of that, and they aren't going to like that. And so I feel like there are people who will try to fake it as if they're trying to, be cool with you. The whole time, when they go back home, they're using everything that they know about you, and they're using that to, whether it's, them trying to do whatever, like that's pretty scary to think about. It really is. Whether it's family, friends, relationships. That's honestly pretty scary to think about, for real. And like I said, with me, like, I have a lot going on, and for the average person, that's like, oh snap, he's really doing his thing, right? And so with all of that, it's like you really gotta be careful with like who you spend your time with, because you really don't know people's true intentions for you, right? Because they could be playing in your face just to let your guard down and you slip up and they do something to you, right? That's scary to think about. It really is. And now that I'm 20 and I feel like I've really started to understand who I am as a person, like, that's why I value so much like who I spend my time with, because at the end of the day, as much as a person says all these good things and whatnot, they could still do some fucked up shit, right? And you would never know. Like, that's the thing about people too, is like, some people are so two-faced, right? When they come around you, everything is good, they're hyping you up, they doing all this stuff, but when they go back home, they're a completely different person, right? And so I feel like a lot of people, I wouldn't even say a lot of people, I feel like some people, juggle two different personalities, right? That's really scary to think about, for real. And now that I'm older, I'm becoming more wise, I have no problem with spending time with just family or just being by myself, because I know, at the end of the day, I'm going to get into a relationship. I'm going to have friends, right? But with that comes, like, for me, I'm always, like, on alert. Like, I'm going to ask questions if something seems off, right? And so it's just like, when I do meet these people, right, I got to ask myself, are they really, does it seem genuine? Or does it seem like they just using me for something, or they just trying to get something in return? You feel me? Like, I ask myself these questions when I meet people. Like I don't be asking questions like, oh, what's your favorite color? Like, I be really trying to understand people before I really tell them about myself too. And that's another thing. It's like you could tell people like stuff you wouldn't tell most people. You know, your deepest secrets, like I'm talking to y'all, you know. Your deepest secrets, your deepest fears, like those meaningful conversations, you could tell a person that and they can still use that against you, right? And tell the next person that, knowing that they wanted you to keep that between them, but you out here telling everybody else, and now everybody know your business. So that's, like I said, it's just crazy to think about. And I'm glad that I'm self-aware of my surroundings to the point where I feel like I can sense BS before it gets crazy. It's just crazy to think about. And like I said, I'm glad that I spend time by myself, because it really makes you value your time to up to the point to, you know, when you meet somebody, like you'll start to understand your value, and you'll see like how some people operate. And it's just like, it's weird. At the end of the day, I think it's weird that some people will play on your kindness to use that as ammunition for something else, whether it be they trying to plot, set you up, whatever the case may be. But I think that is my deepest fear in life.